So is my screen visible, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So let's begin now. See, this is our chapter, Employee Training and Development. So students, let me tell you one thing. That always remember there is a process. Once people are recruited, only then they will be selected. After selection procedure, there will be, job analysis and job description will be given. Job duties will be assigned. Job responsibilities will be, assigned to an employee after selection. So after selection comes job analysis and selection. Just 1 minute. 1 minute, huh? Yeah. My screen is visible, no?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yeah. So after selection, after recruitment and selection comes job analysis and job description. Okay. Next, after you have, assigned all the duties and responsibilities to the employees, then what comes is, what to say, employee training and development, because now you have told them and informed them all about their responsibilities, duties, how to perform and when to perform. So now you will be, to the selected employees, now you will be training them. You will have to train such employees, because they are not well trained, they may not be experienced. Therefore you will have to give them experience, and you will have to, show them how to do this particular work that is assigned to you. Okay. So basically this chapter is regarding job, people who are selected on jobs, to those employees, to those selected persons, you will be giving training. And after training comes development. After you are trained, after you are experienced, definitely your career will grow, your development will take place in terms of knowledge, in terms of technology, in terms of experience. So that development will definitely take place, but you have to be trained for it. So what do you mean by training now? Training means, what do you mean by training, students? Training is a greatest asset of an organization. Why? Because if employees are trained, they will work, in a better way now, because now they know how to do a particular job in efficient manner, in effective manner, and in shortest possible time, without committing major mistakes. So wherein employees are getting trained, and trained employees become, what to say, greatest asset for an organization, because now they know how to work. They will not commit many major mistakes now. Therefore it becomes greatest asset for an organization. After an employee is selected, I told you there is a procedure. Once the employee is recruited, the employees are called in the company for interviews. After conducting all the interviews, you will select all the employees, I mean a few of them, sorry. So after selection, next step in the organization will be, how to perform the job and actually what has to be performed. Okay. So employees are given the task, and they have to perform it efficiently. In order to do so, of course, employees are asked to do some work, no, efficiently, correctly. And if you want somebody to do a certain type of work correctly, you need to tell them how to do it. You need to show them how to do it. Okay. And therefore that particular requires a process. That requires a process, and that process is known as a training process. An employee has to undergo a training process wherein they learn how to actually perform a particular job in a certain period of time. Suppose I say I have 2 months. Now, in given 2 months, how do I perform that particular job efficiently? Do you get that? So that is, known as training. Through training, you will be able to understand how to do a job. So it improves productivity. It reduces wastages, errors, mistakes. Unsafe working practices will be avoided, and dissatisfaction at work will also be reduced because you will perform good and efficient type of work, and therefore employer will like that work. At the end, if you see, when employer will like your work, the way you are working, efficiently you are working, and hence he will now motivate you. He will appreciate you. After getting an appreciation from somebody, you will be motivated. Your morale will be increased, and therefore you will work hard. Because you're working hard, your dissatisfaction comes at the minimum level. So that means you are not dissatisfied with the workplace where you are working in, the work that you are performing, the duties that you are performing. You are not dissatisfied with such type of work that you are doing. Are you getting my point, students? Yes, I need your answers,
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
students. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you very much. Next is definition. Anyone you can, you can opt for. See, Edwin Flippo has given a definition, and that is act of increasing the knowledge and skill of an employee for doing a particular job. That means because now you have to perform a particular job and you want to know how to do that certain type of job, and that requires skills. Okay, so learning those skills is, a process of training. Okay, so it's very simple definition that you can go with, and that is given by Edwin Flippo. There are two such definitions. You can opt for any one of them. Okay, now importance of training. See, higher productivity and profits. It's simple chapter, but it's a bit long one. So you need to, wait for a few lectures to get this chapter completed. But then still it is simple. I will not focus too much on this, but we will, highlight the points wherein which is necessary. Okay. Now this is importance of training. What do you mean by importance? Importance means why do we do training? What are the benefits? Okay. So higher productivity and profits. What is higher productivity? You will be motivated. You will work hard because your skills are now improved. You have been given a training, no? So now because your skills are improved, therefore you will be able to perform your good job in a better way. And therefore this shows that your productivity has improved. Okay. In shortest possible time, you are able to perform job, your work, your duty, your responsibility efficiently. And therefore, if suppose you are in shortest possible time, suppose a laborer is producing instead of 10,000 products, 20,000 such products. So company will be able to sell more such products because production has increased. So more production, more sales means more profits in future. So higher productivity will ultimately lead to higher profits. This is what I wanted to add. Okay. Next is optimization of resources. Optimum utilization of resources means just 1 minute,
Maximum
students.
use.
Yeah, just 1 minute. So students, sorry, I have to switch off this video because we have some internet connectivity issues. Anyways, my voice is clearly audible to all.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. So optimum utilization means maximum. So whatever resources we have, see, we have not only financial resources, okay? We have human resource, that is manpower. We have material resources, that is stock. opening and closing stocks. Okay, we have different types of stocks in that: WIP, finished goods, and raw material. So we have machineries also, capital, financial resources also. Not only one type of resource is there to be, used in maximum possible level, but all type of resources such as human resources and what to say, material resources. So that is known as optimum utilization of resources. Job satisfaction. See, why you will lead to optimum utilization of resources? Because after training, you will come to a position wherein you will reduce wastages, errors, frauds. The chances of errors will be reduced. Now, suppose you are a new employee and a new fresher in a company. You don't know how to take a printout. Suppose you are very fresher to a company, no? So now company has given a task to you wherein you have to perform all those activities in a given certain period of time. Okay. Now suppose you don't know how to take a printout of certain pages in between. You have a whole document. So wherein if you are not given that training, you will perform a wrong job. And and with that you will take much more time than required. Okay. So suppose if you want only 2-3 pages in between of the document, but you don't know how to do it, so you will waste those resources which are given to you, and the time resource which is given to you, suppose 2 hours, will also be wasted. So not only manpower, financial resources, but also time and material resources. Next, job satisfaction will increase. You will become more confident to perform a particular job after given a training. Safety. Now, because errors are reduced, accidents are not happening, while working. So you will become more competent. You will become more confident. So it will become more safe. The job to perform job will become more safe. Reduce stress. Now you will not be stressful. Why? Because you are given a training how to do the job in in a given period of time. So it will reduce frustration, it will reduce anxiety, it will reduce stress of a employee. Okay. Actually, I'm not able to use this mouse properly. Okay, now it is clear. Career development. Now, because employees will work hard, companies will give them more opportunities. The companies will give them, good promotions. Then, therefore, an employee's career will also be developed. So, these were certain points, students, wherein we tried to understand some importance of, you can say, benefits also of training. Guru mantra. See, now this is just for you to read. This is type of a company which is undertaking some training sessions for their employees to get them developed, to settle their career, and to give them promotions. Okay, so this is just to read out, and if you are not able to understand, then please ask me. हम लोग को कैसे टीवी में एडवर्टाइजमेंट्स आती हैं और न्यूज़पेपर्स में आर्टिकल्स आते हैं, तो बिल्कुल वैसे ही आप देखोगे ये छोटे छोटे केस स्टडीज के टाइप में ना आपको ये बॉक्स में जो दिए हुए हैं. सो जस्ट फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड, जैसे ट्रेनिंग है तो कैसी ट्रेनिंग इनको दी जा रही है, कौन सी कंपनी है और कौन से एक्सपर्ट्स को बुलाकर ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है. So it's just that. Okay. Now next is importance of training in insurance companies. Now, when you talk about insurance companies, is there a training of employees required there also? Yes, of course, because insurance itself itself is a difficult task. Selling an insurance product, I bet you try to sell at least one type of insurance product, you will be able to understand how difficult is it to market the insurance product. Are you getting me, students? So, it is very, very important to train employees in the insurance sector also. Okay. Wherein, suppose I say life insurance, actually it is death insurance, but I cannot use such words when I go to somebody and market such type of insurance product, because listening to death is very scary to us. Whereas when we listen to life type of insurance, we are attractive to such type of products. Yes or no, students?
Yes, ma'am.
So uh, I mean to say is giving training to employees working in insurance sector is also very, very important, because it is a very difficult product that has to be marketed to the public, okay, at a given period of time. Okay, now suppose say this is corona period going on, so we need to market medical insurance more and more. So how do we do it? What words do we use? We cannot say aapko corona ho gaya to, so people will be scary, and they, I do not want to listen such words which affects my mind and mental stability. Mujhe corona ho gaya to I will feel like, no, it's something very bad and something very scary type of product, so I will not. So जो पुराने जमाने के लोग होते हैं ना, तो उनको ऐसी चीजें आप बोल के ये प्रोडक्ट्स नहीं बेच सकते. Am I right? So you need to use such type of words and market with such type of skills, wherein people will actually feel that yes, it is very, very important in today's time period. Okay. So, of course, we have some benefits of training such employees working in insurance companies also. Let's see some of them. Insurance is a contingent product. Now, can you see insurance product that you are buying? Suppose you are buying shampoo, soap, you know, take an example of stationery, paper, book, anything that you buy, okay, dress material, okay, or pant or plazos, anything you buy, you can see and touch and feel. But when you go to market and when you buy some insurance product and policy, can you see that particular product that you're buying?
No, ma'am.
No, you cannot see. Why? Because it is a contingent product. You cannot see. You cannot, you cannot taste it. You cannot, touch it. So it is a contingent product whose utility is tasted only in the event of accident or disaster. So suppose accident takes place, only then you will come to know, yes, there is a type of product of insurance that comes into play now. Life insurance. So when death occurs or when maturity period comes, only then that particular life insurance policy comes into play. Okay, next. Insurance usually have a negative connotations. I already told you. See, in the mind of the buyer, there is some kind of fear, which is specifically known as death or accident or say फायर लग जाना. ठीक है. तो जब इंश्योरेंस हम खरीदते हैं ना, तो हमारे माइंड में ना नेगेटिव कोनोटेशंस होते हैं, मतलब नेगेटिव साइंस होते हैं, नेगेटिव परसेप्शंस होते हैं. तभी तो हम इंश्योरेंस खरीदते हैं ना. Why do we buy insurance otherwise? Home insurance, we take fire insurance. So why do we take, if the fire is comes in house, the house is damaged with the fire. Okay, so what happens then insurance come into play, that policy comes into play. So it has a negative connotation. While buying this product, a buyer has negative connotation in his mind. Okay, often insurance products have a lot of legal jargons which makes it difficult to understand. Abhi, whenever you purchase any policy, see, there are very small words written in terms and conditions, and there are many words that a common man will not be able to understand until and unless some expert comes in and he or she will make you understand. So there are legal jargons, legal terms that are used that will not be able to understand by a common man. So it's very difficult. Therefore, when employee comes, he will have to undergo a training program. Are you getting my point? So suppose you only don't know and you are going to sell insurance product. Will you be able to do your job efficiently then? You only don't know what are the terms and conditions. So will you be able to tell me?
No, ma'am.
Marketing an
No.
insurance product? No. So there are some legal jargons and legal terms and conditions that an employee must know. So whenever a customer asks such employees, they must promptly respond to such type of legal jargons, to such type of you know complaints of the customers, to such type of questions of the customers when they are asking. they are putting up. Okay. Next, insurance products have to resold annually to the same buyer. Now, because suppose, say for an example, medical insurance, you have been buying it for 1 year. So after 1 year, say for an example, for 1 year. So after 1 year, you will have to renew the policy. Now you do not remember the date, the time, the amount, the policy number, everything. So employees are trained as such. They have to keep a record, and they have to keep all the information about how many policies are to be renewed annually. Insurance, both contractual parties are silent unless an unfortunate claim arises. Suppose if accident takes place, only then this insurance policy will come into play, no? Because it has indemnity bond, I told you, when we were doing in semester 2 OIS subject. Life insurance policy never has indemnity bond. Death or maturity period certainly will take place. Wherein if you come to general insurance like home, fire, marine, and take an example of medical insurance, accident insurance. So such type of general insurance have an indemnity bond. What do you mean by indemnity bond? It means when certain event will take place, only then insurance policy will come into play. Okay. Otherwise, it is silent in nature. Okay. Next, the claim amount varies substantially. That means you do not, renew it with the same amount at the same period of time. So amounts may vary from time to time. Vary means change. VARY. Vary means change. So it may change from time to time. So these were some points related to importance of training in insurance sector. So is it clear, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So training needs and objectives. Needs, matlab, why do you need training for an employees, and what are the objectives behind? So let's see some of the points wherein why you need training sessions. See, one of them is job training of new employees. Now, suppose you are a new employee, you do not know how to, run the software. Okay, suppose you know Tally, but then that particular company does not know, and sorry, does not have Tally software for accounting. They have some another software. Now at least you know the basics of how to put the entries in software, so you will be able to have the training sessions. After having the training sessions, you will be able to perform your job efficiently. So training is given to new employees. Now because you're a new employee to the company, therefore to know what are the rules and regulations, what are the skills required, how to perform a particular given task, you need to undergo training program for that. Okay. So basically it is known as, let me tell you, when training program is given to new employees, no, it is known as orientation or induction training. What is it known as? Now in first year, when you came in first year, you remember you had orientation program wherein principal was addressing you, teachers were
Yes, ma'am.
there, just you were given an introduction about the college, about the activities, about teachers, about the department. So that basically is known as orientation or induction program. Orientation, that means you are made well aware about the activities, about about the company, the activities in the company, the projects that company handles, so you are made aware about the company basically. Okay. And also about your department where you're going to work. So this is basically first point wherein it is known as job training for new employees. Second is upgrading current jobs. Suppose you are working since 5 years in the company, but now you were working as an employee. So now you will become a manager, then director, then CEO. So this is, upgrading current jobs. So now if from an employee you're becoming a manager of a company, suppose, or general manager, and then chief executive officer. So for upgrading, when you are getting promoted from one post to the another, you will still have to get training, because now you will be getting new responsibilities and duties. Are you getting my point? So if you want to upgrade your current job, you will have to undergo training program. Management development. What do you mean by management development? So suppose if you are at a higher position, man progresses increasingly at a higher management positions. So their responsibility will change. Of course, human relation skills, you have to have some human relation skills, interpersonal skills, communication skills. You should have leadership skills, technological, uh, uh, you know, what to say, that you should be tech savvy. So these are certain skills you should be having when you are progressing at higher management positions. Okay. For that you have to undergo training programs. Next, personal development. To have personal development. Now suppose if you are a fresher, you don't know many things, but when you become an experienced person, say for example you become 8 years experienced person in a company, 9 years experienced person in a particular company or in a particular department. So now you will be able to make others well aware about the duties and the responsibilities as to how to perform them. Now there is no such need for others to tell you. Instead, you will tell others that how to perform a particular task in a given period of time. So that is your personal development, wherein you feel that your skills are enhanced, your knowledge is increased, and your career growth has also taken place. Okay. See, it's not written anywhere, but then I'm trying to see if I will read each and every line. No, you will feel very, very boring then. You also can read each and every line, but in my own terms, I'm telling you with examples. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. Next is technological and scientific information. Uh, um, why training is required? What is the need? Because you need to have some technological and scientific informations also. See, day by day, technologies are emerging. New technologies are emerging in every sector. Say banking, say insurance, be it any corporate field, any sector you take. But there are some of the other technological advancements that are taking place every day, every year, every month. So you should not be obsolete type of you should not be carrying obsolete type of knowledge and skills. So to upgrade your technological skills, scientific knowledge, you have to have some training sessions. Okay. Now, these were the points related to need of the training programs, need of training programs. Okay. I hope you all are getting me.
Yes, ma'am.
Now the training process, it's a bit lengthy, I feel. No, only 5 points are there. But students, I have another lecture now, SY. So now we, yeah, now we can wind up the lecture. So we will continue tomorrow with bond valuation only because it is pending. Okay, many students weren't there yesterday. So I will give a gist about that chapter, an idea about the chapter, and also formula. I will repeat that tomorrow. And we'll continue this chapter later on from Monday. Is that okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Not
Yes.
even half of the chapter is over. Okay. Only 2-3 points have been covered. So we will continue with this chapter. It's going to take a bit more time. Okay. And we will continue this chapter from Monday onwards. Let me
Yes, ma'am.
complete tomorrow with SAPM bond valuation. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Everybody was able to hear me properly?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
I'm
ma'am.
just confirming because I'm using new headphones. So I don't, I'm getting assured of these headphones are working properly. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much. So we will continue tomorrow. Shall I call off now?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
Okay, bye. Bye, everyone. Take care.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.